Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Brittany. This is the Brittany React Show, and on this show we talk all things entertainment news, movie news. Today is mostly entertainment news, not a whole lot of strike news, but we do have a little bit of AI news. We have some WTF news at the very end, fun WTF news, nothing like super awful or bad, but just something kind of fun and cool to look at. But we have a good fun show today. How are you guys doing? Hi Sunset Draws. Hi Jessica. Hi Rachel. Hi Mr. Pizza. Hi Official Liam. Hi Mr. Hi Brianna. Hi Ethereal Dragon. Hi Ajamin. Hi The Cover Girl. Hi Fatima. Hi Trevor. Hi Rusty. Hi Jessica. Hi everyone who is here, and thank you to everyone who comes to my show each and every day. I really appreciate it. So, I do want to update you guys on something new about the show, just right off the top. So I did ask you guys both Thursday and Friday if I should move up the show just a few hours, just because I'm thinking maybe 7 p.m. is too late for the show. So I'm starting tomorrow actually. I will be moving up the show to 4 p.m. So just 3 hours earlier, but I would allow at least part of Europe to join in. But it would still be late enough that like the West Coast could join in as well. So I'm thinking 4 p.m. might be the sweet in-between spot. So I'm hoping that more people can join at that time. So starting tomorrow, it is going to be at 4 p.m. The show is going to be at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, except for Fridays, which I'm still keeping at 1 because not a lot of people have plans Friday evening. So I'm still keeping my Friday shows at 1. But Monday through Thursday from now on, the show will be at 4. How is that for you guys? That's a good time for you, Mr. Pizza? Josh likes the earlier show. Okay, that's good. That's 6 where you live, Fatima. That's perfect. Okay, Arvin, that seems like most of you guys are really happy about this, so that's good. Okay, so that works for West Coast as well. So I think 4 p.m. is a sweet spot, so I'll see you guys tomorrow at 4 p.m. Sorry, ARLW. I really am. I know there isn't really one time that could work for everyone. I wish there was. There's always going to be a time that doesn't work for somebody, but I'm just trying to find the one that works for most. Marilyn Cherry, okay, that's good for you. Hi, Motion Going. Hi, Indy Sunflower. Oh, I'm sorry about that. Motion Going, I'm moving the time to 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So starting tomorrow, that will be the time Monday through Thursday. It's still going to be 1 p.m. on Friday. Blue Gecko Nerd, is that a joke about the whole sequel? No, I feel like that's a joke. Anyway, we're gonna start with the news. So we're gonna start with box office for now. Alright, so the first thing I want to talk about is the creator. So unfortunately, the creator, and I say unfortunately because I did actually see this movie this weekend. I told you guys I was looking forward to it, and I did get to see it. I thought it was really, really good. Like, I was impressed, like very impressed with the film. I'm surprised that the movie's getting like a mixed reception. I thought it would be like more well liked, but unfortunately it's also not doing well at the box office because it's only opening to 14 million domestically on an $80 million budget, which, by the way, 80 million is actually pretty good for a film like this. I mean, especially if you've seen it and the visuals and the scope, you'll understand that like $80 million is actually pretty impressive for what they were able to achieve. But it still sucks that it only opened to like $14 million because it's definitely not making its money back. And it's just yet another original epic sci-fi film, the kind of movies that I love and I want to see more of, just not doing well at the box office. So that sucks. Because I want more films like this. I wish this was like, these kind of movies were as popular as superhero movies. Because like, this is like my jam. These kind of movies, this is what I like to watch. So, it sucks, but I really, really enjoyed this film. Fatima, you haven't heard of it? What is it about? Well, okay. So I won't spoil it because there's actually a lot of spoilers in this movie. So I would actually recommend you go into this movie knowing as little as possible. But I will say it is about AI. It's a future look at what our world could look like once AI becomes conscious and there starts becoming a discussion around like should AI get rights, and there's a war going on between humans and the AI. And I think it takes a very realistic, I think, depiction of what our very real future could actually look like, just based off of what I hear in the news today. So, yeah, I mean, it was actually, I think, very good. One of the main things I liked about it is how epic in scope it was. You can see in some of these images just how there's lots of really big, epic, wide shots of huge destruction and just, it's kind of like Dune in its imagery. I really thought it was cool looking. And I thought the story was very touching, and I actually kind of got emotional at the end. I almost cried. So that's why I'm very surprised that this movie is not doing better. I wish it was. Rachel says it was also hard to sell me an evil AI's evil plot as entertaining and escapism considering all the current AI issues in Hollywood. Rachel, interesting. Do you guys think this movie didn't do well? Because here's what I was thinking. I was thinking because AI is so much in the news these days, because it is becoming like a relevant discussion, that was going to help people get more interested in the film. But I'm wondering if Rachel is right. I wonder if that actually had the opposite effect, where people were like, "No, I need escapism away from AI." I wonder if we used to go to sci-fi movies about AI for escapism, but I wonder if that's becoming too real now, and that's not escapist enough. What if this movie is now not escapist enough? That's kind of crazy. Ethereal Dragon says, might see the Beyonce movie at home so I don't have to hear random people singing in the theater. I might actually see the Beyonce movie. I'm a big Beyonce fan, so looking forward to that. We will talk about that in a minute. The Couch Potato says, Isaac Asimov had some great stories about AI and robots. Yes, Isaac Asimov is a great author. He has a short story called The Last Question, or The Final Question. It is very, very good. I don't even really like watch or read short stories that much, but that one is worth either a listen to, because you can listen to it on audio, or just read it because it's a very good short story. Um, Mr. Pizza says, imagine an AI made the creator. That'd be too meta. That'd be very, very meta. I don't know how I would feel about that. Nana says, I've been running away from AI because it's in the news. Oh, so maybe, okay, so Nana is kind of like Rachel, where she avoided this movie because it was about AI. And, like, you feel like you get enough of that. That would be fascinating to me if this movie actually got hurt by how much AI became relevant this year. Which is funny to me, because, they make these movies years in advance because it takes a long time to make movies. So they probably started filming this movie, I'll say, like, earliest, maybe, like, 2021. I could see this movie even being, like, greenlit in, like, 2020. Like, it takes several years for these movies to actually get made. Maybe even earlier than that. In fact, it probably was earlier than that. So the fact that this movie happened to come out this year, when we're seeing all this AI stuff blow up, is just kind of, like, almost cruel irony for this movie. I think you're funny. Mr. Pizza says only AI is evil. Wait, where'd your comment go? Oh, wait. Did you delete your comment? No, I was about to read it. But anyway, going to the rest of the top 3 here. So, Paw Patrol actually did kind of well. I'm not surprised by that. People love Paw Patrol. Saw 10 actually did sort of okay. It was actually pretty weak for the franchise, but the fact that it made this much is impressive to me, because who was still seeing Saw movies? And then, of course, the creator made 14 million. So overall, it's kind of a weekend at the box office. Again, the only movie I saw here was the creator, and I kind of hoped it did better. Did anyone see any of these other 2 movies? Did anyone see Saw Patrol? Remember when they were trying to make that a thing with, like, after Barbenheimer, they were trying to make Saw Patrol a thing? Yeah, it never caught on because these numbers are very weak. LP Harris says, I only saw the trailer for the creator because I looked it up after you talked about it. The only trailers I'm seeing are horror movies, and I hate horror movies. Yeah, I don't think the marketing for the creator was great. I feel like you're right, there wasn't much marketing for it at all. Oh, Shelly Lee, you saw Saw. Huh, Saw. But I'm glad to see you here, Shelly Lee. Okay, Brianna didn't see any of them. No. Oh, Shelly also saw the creator. Yes, it was very good. Oh, wow. Motion Going says Saw X is my new favorite Saw movie. So was that one actually good? I've seen a number of the Saw films. I haven't seen all of them, but I've probably seen at least half of them. Like, I think I saw the last one. The one that had Chris Rock in it. I saw that. It was okay. Yes, Ryu, please watch The Creator. It's very good, and I want it to do better. But anyway, moving on to strike news. Not a lot to talk about here, but I just wanted to bring some stuff up. So, Netflix got caught kind of scabbing. So they were trying to film some pedestrians and make them unintentional scabs for B-roll for a series called The Perfect Couple. SAG members were able to picket the shoot, and IATSE members were also refused to cross the picket line. So basically what this means is a scab, because every time we talk about this, there's always someone that's like, what's a scab? So a scab is a person who essentially crosses the picket line during a strike. So you don't want to be called a scab because it's really bad for your reputation and everyone hates you. So, and it also can get you kicked out of your union. So Netflix was trying to make people unintentional scabs by filming them for B-roll for a series, because right now they even still can't film anything with actors because actors are still on strike. That strike is going to end soon now that the writer strike is over. Oops, sorry. But the actor strike is currently still ongoing. And so Netflix was still just being really shady, like extremely shady, like trying to catch people on camera and kind of end up making them scabs. I'm so glad it didn't work out and they got caught. But I just wanted to bring this up because there's just so much like crummy behavior that the studios have been doing during these strikes that have been like people have finally shining a light on how awful these studios have been to the creatives, and this is just another example. Yeah, and Josh, this is scabbing. Oh, Joshua Munn thinks Netflix is based. Why? Riri was not surprised. Yeah, honestly, are we surprised that Netflix is being shady? That's like all they do. Lil Boozy Bert says, marketing is very bad. I wish the creator had more social media posts. Yeah. I wish it could have done so much better because it was so good. It is genuinely disgusting. I don't know how the executives who apparently just can't believe that people hate them now because of these strikes. I wonder how they're going to try to turn things around for themselves, because honestly, I don't think their image has ever looked worse for any of them. Bob Iger, David Zaslav, like Ted Sarandos, all of them, they all look horrible after these strikes. But thankfully, it does look like SAG, as I said, SAG and the studios will meet today, in fact. They sent out a letter saying that they wanted SAG members to go out and picket outside the studios to show support. So it's looking like they're already trying to negotiate. They're already trying to get a deal. I think this deal is going to get made pretty quickly. So it's looking like the SAG strike is going to be over very, very soon. And I'm very happy about this. And we can everyone in Hollywood can go back to work. Everyone can go back to filming stuff. Yeah, it's gonna be, I'm just happy that these strikes are over. They ended way sooner than I expected. Like I said, I thought these strikes weren't gonna end until January. So, the fact that we're ending them in 2023 is shocking. Arvin says, I think after Stranger Things 5 and Wednesday 2, people will drop away from Netflix. I don't know. I feel like Netflix is still the only streaming service that can get like really huge like shows that everyone watches consistently. Like HBO Max can also get really big hit shows, but Netflix does it so often that I feel like Netflix is like I don't know. I feel like people are gonna cancel Paramount Plus and Peacock and even Disney Plus before they cancel Netflix, or at least most people will. I feel like Netflix isn't gonna go anywhere for a while. No spamming. You guys are someone is spamming in the chat. I'm gonna have to block them because they're being very annoying. Who is this person? I don't even know who that person is. Can't pronounce their name. Hiding user from the channel. Alright, that person has been blocked. Joshua Munn says, honestly, I think the actors and writers have been a little ridiculous in their demands, and them taking these deals are apparently going to remove them eventually due to AI, from what I've read. Well, I mean, I think their jobs might have been replaced by AI no matter what they said or did during this strike, because AI seems to be inevitable. And even if they could stop the studios from using AI, they can't stop everyday people from using AI. Have you guys been seeing, like, maybe I should look this up. In fact, we're gonna look this up on the live stream, so remind me. But have you guys been seeing some of these, like, AI photos, these new ones of celebrities? They look very real and very realistic. I mean, I think just in a matter of years, we're going to be at the point where you can make, like, videos of this stuff. You can have a video of any celebrity doing anything you want. And even if you could stop, like, studios from doing that, you can't stop everyday people from doing that. So I just don't know. I worry for them. I mean, the actors and the writers are right to be worried about their jobs because of AI, because I honestly don't know how they're going to fight that. Oh, Grace likes to draw. I'm glad you liked Barbie. Megan says we canceled Netflix a while ago and kept the others. Okay, so you dropped Netflix first. That's fine. PETA's using AI? I'm not surprised. I mean, everyone's going to be using AI. I know right now the very popular public sentiment online, especially amongst artists, is like to be very, very anti-AI. And I do want everyone whose work was trained on AI to get compensated for that, because that's not okay. But at the same time, it's like, there's only so much we could do to, like, stop this. Or at least that's kind of how I feel. Ethan says, Netflix was the GOAT for password sharing, but now since that feature is gone, I'm out. I'll be back when Wednesday 2 drops. I don't even watch Netflix that much anymore. I used to, but I don't even use it that much. It's strange. I really just mainly watch, like, at this point, I feel like I mainly just watch YouTube. But anyway, I wanted to give you that update. So SAG and the studios are meeting soon. So moving on to entertainment news. So, Beyonce is releasing her own concert film. Now, Taylor Swift is obviously doing that as well with her Eras Tour film that comes out in, I think, about 2 weeks. So we're going to see how that movie does at the box office. I have a feeling it's probably going to do extremely well, since she's extremely famous and extremely popular at the moment and extremely unescapable. But it seems like Beyonce also had a film ready, because she's going to be releasing her music videos, her unreleased music videos, as a part of this concert experience. She already released this trailer. I'm not going to play the whole thing because I know Beyonce's got this copyrighted, but it's going to be clips from her concert, but also clips from unreleased music videos for all the songs. So if you're a Beyonce fan like I am, I think I might actually see this, because I actually really like Renaissance the album. I never got to see her in concert, so I don't know. Is anyone going to go see this? How do you guys think this will do compared to Taylor's? Anyone curious about this? No spamming, guys. Do I have either of my mods in the chat today? Alright. Just hit that person. Shelly Lee, I kind of saw this coming just because Beyonce has been teasing visuals for her album for a while now. Like, fans have been asking her, like, where are the visuals? And she's been teasing something. So I kind of feel like I kind of did see this coming, but I bet you she probably wanted to have announced this before Taylor, because now everyone's saying that she copied Taylor when I don't think that she did. Um, oh, Mr. Pizza says, imagine if Beyonce and Taylor Swift movies have the release date Beyond Swift. Beyonce x Taylor Swift. That would have been another Barbenheimer, probably. Yeah, that would have been huge. Although, maybe not good, because I think people probably would have turned the two against each other. Um, oh, Evil Connor, thank you. Joshua Munn says they keep making new accounts, so blocking them won't do anything. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. It's probably the same person. Josh Loves Movies says, I think Beyonce Renaissance Tour movie will be as massive as Taylor Swift Eras Tour. Maybe as I think it'll be as huge as Barbenheimer. I think I want Beyonce's tour to do really, really well. It's for now, it's just at AMC theaters, and I believe it's just domestic. So I don't know if I don't think it has a chance at making more than Taylor, since hers is going to be worldwide and she's doing it at multiple theater chains. But yeah, I think it still could do really well. I just don't think it's going to do as well as Taylor's, unfortunately. Evil Connor says, OMG, they would have been killing each other in the theaters. Oh yeah, could you imagine like Swifties versus the Beehive in theaters? Like trying to kill each other? Could you imagine the drama in the theaters if these two movies released on the same day? Oh, Josh says it is getting a worldwide release. Oh, wait, I missed that. I thought if this was just domestically, then never mind then. Okay, then this could do really well. I still don't know if it'll do as well as Taylor's, although I hope it does. I really do. We'll see though. We'll see. I haven't seen any updates on how well the tickets have sold, although they just went on sale, so maybe we'll get an update soon. But we'll see how well the pre-sales do. If we do get pre-sale numbers, I will update you guys. Shelly Lee! Oh my gosh, Shelly Lee. Wow, you are always just so kind and so generous. I really, really, really appreciate you a lot, Shelly Lee. Thank you. So you are going to see Beyonce. Congrats, you keep your black card. What do you mean? What does that mean? I like Beyonce. I've always been a fan of her. I have like memories of being on the school bus in like elementary school listening to Destiny's Child, so I feel like I've been a fan of her my whole life. So yeah, I think I might go see this. Thank you for the super chat. Really appreciate it, Shelly Lee. And we have the same person is back again and hiding them. I don't know why there's this one person that wants to just spam the chat with nonsense, and they keep coming back with different accounts. Very annoying. Evil Connor says Taylor will do better because of her younger audience. It's more fun for the kids who can't go to concerts to see a movie concert. Big fans will just watch at home or in person. Here's the thing. Both women are very successful, very famous, but Taylor's fans are like obsessive. Taylor's fans, she intentionally develops this like parasocial relationship with her fan base that makes them go crazy for her, which is why I think this Eras Tour movie will do better, because they will show up and they will see this movie multiple times to break all sorts of records just because they know their fave wants them to. So that's why I think Eras Tour movie will probably do better. Okay, I am going to get some more mods, because usually I have a mod on Natanya, but it looks like Natanya's not here today. Why would you be scared to have your face ripped off? The Beehive is also insane. Both Swifties and Beehive are very intense fandoms. Arvin says, I heard that the director of the Exorcist movie said that he's afraid of the Taylor Swift, so he changed the release dates. Yes, multiple movies actually moved their release dates because of this film. Not just the Exorcist film, because everyone in Hollywood knows this movie's probably going to do very, very well. Josh Loves Movie says, I think Olivia Rodrigo will do the next horror movie for Guts. Oh, that's a good point. I could see her doing that. I don't think hers will do as well as Beyonce's or Taylor's unless the Guts tour ends up doing really well, but I could see it still doing well for her. I wonder if like tour films will start becoming like more and more common after this. I wonder if like after every successful, guess I mean tour films have been a thing for a while. They're not new. I mean, they used to go to theaters too a lot. I used to, in fact, I saw the One Direction concert film in theaters. I saw the Hannah Montana concert film in theaters like years ago. So they used to go to theaters. And then once the streaming era took over, all the stars started taking their concert films. All the stars started taking their concert films and putting them on streaming. So now it's looking like Taylor's trying to bring them back to theaters. So I wonder if we're just kind of going back to what we were doing, and now like concert films will be an even bigger deal again. I don't know. It seems like we're going in waves here. Angel Barrera, thank you so much for the super chat. Taylor Swift scared The Exorcist. That is true. Taylor Swift scared The Exorcist. Man, I know she has to be feeling great about herself right now. Everyone's obsessed with her. Ginger Alice says, I feel like lonely girls / young women are a big part of Taylor's fan base. They are too obsessed with her. Yeah, I agree with that. Oh, you saw the Justin Bieber movie in theaters? See, they used to go to theaters quite often. It's just that they started going to streaming once that took over. Now maybe they'll go back to theaters again. I don't know. I feel like as long as movie going is becoming eventized, it makes sense to make concert films go back to theaters, because that is an event. Concerts are an event just by nature. So I wonder if that is I don't know, now that I think about it, maybe that's part of why they are coming back to theaters, because movie going is becoming eventized. It's like, especially because I'm willing to bet these era showings are going to be full of people like just screaming their hearts out, singing all the lines, acting like it's a real concert, not just a movie theater. It's going to feel like an event while you're there. So I can see that, okay, that makes a lot of sense now. That just goes along with my whole theory that movie going is just becoming more an event thing. Because this is all definitely about hype and FOMO with this movie, for sure. And with the Beyonce one. Did that make sense? I feel like those words were hard to come out, but I think you guys know what I'm talking about. Dee Dee says, Hive are only scary on social media. Beyonce's recently sells and streams show they aren't as passionate as Swifties. Taylor could put out a song with her humming, and Swifties would get it to #1. That's true. Again, because they all like worship her, which is why I think the Taylor movie will probably do better. Joshua Munn wants an Ariana Grande SpongeBob crossover movie. I wonder, you know what, that Wicked press tour is going to be really interesting with her and SpongeBob. That whole situation is hilarious to me. Because she definitely got caught and is now stuck with that man. I don't care what anyone says. I feel like that is definitely the situation with Ariana right now with that guy. If you guys know what I'm talking about at all, you know what I mean. Oh, hi, Natanya. Joshua, she did outsell some of Avengers Endgame's pre-sales. She's not going to outdo the opening weekend. If she outdid the opening weekend, that would be crazy. But she did outdo some of the pre-sales for Avengers Endgame, which is insane on its own, to be fair. But anyway, Blue Gecko Nerd says, Ariana Grande has a reputation of being mean and nasty to people, especially to fans. She doesn't care about anyone other than herself. She's a bit of a diva and acts like she's better than everyone. Wow. Yeah. Dang. Ariana really has to do something to fix her reputation, because that's kind of what everyone who isn't a fan of her music is saying about her these days. That's awful. So yeah. It's going to be really interesting when Wicked comes out, how that whole situation affects her. Oh, thank you, boy Cochina. Thank you so much for the super chat. And yes, everyone, if you're watching, please hit the thumbs up button. Liking the video does help spread the video out to more people. Also, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. So thank you. All right, moving on to the next topic. So, do you guys remember a while ago when the Barbie movie came out and Mattel, who owns Barbie, was just going giddy over the fact that this movie was doing so well, and they announced that they were doing like umpteen million films based off of their properties. And the Barney movie was one of them. And it's going to star Daniel Kaluuya. You guys may know Daniel Kaluuya from the film Get Out. He was also in the recent movie, what's it called? Why am I drawing a blank? He was the recent horror film with David Peel. Not even David Peel. Why am I drawing a blank? But he's been in a lot of movies. And he's, like, known as being, like, a very serious, like, cinematic actor. So, why in the world, why is this very serious, very talented actor working on a Barney movie? And why is he describing this movie as fun, entertaining, and culturally oriented? And the worst thing of all, he describes this movie as it will not be an odd movie. What does that mean? I don't know why I got a kick out of this statement. I don't know why. I got a huge kick out of this statement right here. It will not be an odd movie. You're doing a movie on Barney, and you're describing it as fun and entertaining, but you're like, nope, don't worry though. It's not going to be odd. It's going to be a very normal, fun, entertaining, culturally oriented Barney movie. Don't think it's going to be like an odd, fun, entertaining, culturally oriented Barney movie. It's a normal one. Well, I'm so confused. What does he think odd is here? The very nature of this movie is odd. So, what? I find this statement hilarious because by saying it will not be an odd movie, he's implying it will be a very normal movie. And I just want to know what a very normal Barney culturally oriented movie is. I don't know. This one statement here just raised so many questions for me. Could anyone explain this? Angel Barrera, thank you again for the super chat. Wow. We have a Barney Heimer. Barney Heimer. Oh no. Oh no. Not everything could be at Barbenheimer, guys. I really do not think that can be recreated. I know the studios wish they could, but I can't see it. Oh, Brianna's very excited for this movie. Okay. Eve O'Connor says the tagline for the film, not an odd movie, right? Like, how is that how you're marketing this movie? You're like, don't worry, guys, it's not an odd movie. Just, like, why is this one of the first things? We don't know anything about the plot of this film. We don't know anything other than we just know it's not an odd movie. Does anyone else find this funny other than me? Brianna says, the very normal movie. Yes, I know. Just your typical, very regular film. Right? Thank you. It's almost like nothing to say here, nothing out of the usual. Like, why would you describe your movie like this? It's Barney. It's like you have Danny Kaluuya. It's already like this Oscar-nominated, very, like, cinematic thespian actor, right? And he's like, yeah, we're gonna make this Barney movie. It's very fun. It's all be what does culturally oriented even mean? I don't even know, but it is. But don't worry, it's gonna be very normal. We're not gonna do anything too crazy. It's Barney. All right. Anyway, I just had to bring this up because I saw this and was like, what does this mean? And why would you describe your film like this? Anyway, who's excited for this very normal Barney movie? He needs to make it very clear this movie is not odd. It's very normal. Who wants to see this very normal Barney movie? Cal says it means it's gonna be a very odd movie. Probably. I feel like if he has to say this movie is gonna be bananas, but we'll see. Joshua Munn says, I remember the original Barney's Great Adventure movie. I saw that in theaters when I was like 5. I had no idea what this is gonna be. I wonder if this is gonna be like a movie just for little kids, or if it's gonna be, I have a feeling it's not gonna be, especially since the Barbie movie was definitely aimed more towards adults who are nostalgic about Barbie rather than kids. I feel like this is probably gonna be the same thing. So this is probably going to be an adult skewing, fun, entertaining, culturally oriented, not odd, very normal movie. Angel Barrero, thank you so much. Really appreciate it. It's a romantic comedy and Barney's the best friend. Aww. Maybe, I don't know. Who is Barney going to meet? I don't know. But we'll see what this movie is going to be. Now I'm curious. I cared for this movie not at all until this one statement here. Now I'm intrigued. So I have to see what this very normal Barney movie will be. But you just had to admit it will not be odd. Don't worry guys, it's not odd. I'm like, no one prompted it. You just said, don't worry, it's not odd. I don't know why this is tickling me so much. I'm sorry. Anyway, we'll see what happens to this very normal Barney movie. Alright, moving on. So, you guys remember, as I was telling you about the creator and how it's about AI and what the future of AI could look like. Well, the creator, the creator of the creator, Gareth Edwards, the director, he talked to an actual robot. Look at this. I won't play the whole thing because it might be copyrighted, but look at this. This is the director, writer, producer of the creator talking to a mecha who is currently the world's most advanced humanoid robot. Look at how creepy this is. Look at how, like, expressive they are. Look at their face. Look at this guy's face. Look at this. I mean, I don't know how real... Like, I know this isn't CGI. This is a real robot. But, like, this is where we're at now, that we can already do stuff like this. You could just have a full-on chat with the robot. Like, it's standing. It's standing and just chatting with this guy. Like, I don't know. This was a pretty crazy interview. I had to share it as well. Oh, Evil Cotter, I am not AI. I am not. Angel Bra, maybe the creator didn't do so well because it was odd. Maybe it wasn't normal enough. You're right. Maybe it was an odd movie. It is very, very scary, yes. No, I think it's a different company. It's not the same company that made Sophia the Robot, but this is much better than Sophia the Robot. But I had to show this. This isn't really news. I just thought it was cool. But anyway, moving on. So they are already planning to make a film about the OceanGate Titan submersible tragedy. I mean, it didn't take them long. This just happened, like a couple months ago? They're already going to make a film about it. And it's not even just going to be, like, a one tiny little, like, slice of life movie. Apparently it's going to follow the events before, during, and after. I don't know how that's going to work out or something, but I'm not surprised by this. It was, like, a worldwide phenomenon. I think everyone on the planet was talking about this when everyone thought those billionaires were stuck down there in that submersible. So I'm kind of curious to see what this movie's gonna be. Anyone gonna watch this? Anyone think it's too soon? Okay, Joshua Munn thinks it's insensitive. I mean, it literally was just a couple months ago. Like, they didn't let this story breathe at all. Like, they are already ready to go. Joshua says it. Okay, Josh also thinks it's way too soon. Yeah, I mean, how soon do you think is too soon? Like, do you think they should have waited, like, at least a year, 2 years before they announce a movie off of something like this? Does it feel like they're just capitalizing off of a tragedy? I mean, I do think there is such a thing as too soon. Do you guys remember, in 2020, during, like, the height of the lockdowns, they started making movies about the pandemic? And, like, there are movies about people having to wear masks and, like, deal with the pandemic, and I was like, we're literally dealing with this right now and you already made a movie about it? Like, I feel like this is kind of that, where it's like, it just happened. Did anyone know what I'm talking about? There was even one with, what's her name? Anne Hathaway. It was like some pandemic movie that they literally made, like, in the spring of 2020. Like, they made that movie quick. And it was already about the pandemic. And I was like, this is, like, way too soon. Okay, a lot of you are saying it's... Okay, so Danny says they should have waited a year or two. Faud thinks it's very insensitive to the victims. Oh, Joshua thinks they should have never made this. Okay. Okay, most of you were just saying too soon. Yeah, I'm not surprised. Oh, Lockdown! Thank you, that's the name of the movie, Josh. Yes, did anyone say Lockdown? I remember looking for the trailer for Lockdown and thinking, wow, this is incredibly too soon. I have no interest in this. Now maybe I'll go watch it as like a, I don't know, as like nostalgia or whatever, but I remember at the time I was like, oh, this is way too soon. But anyway, moving on to the next topic. So, the Marvels. The Marvels is going to be the shortest MCU movie ever with a runtime of only an hour and 45 minutes. So, this is pretty short. As you know, most MCU movies are like 2 hours, 2.5 hours, even 3 hours. So, an hour and 45 minutes, that's like half the length of Avengers Endgame, just for reference. So, this is pretty short for Marvel or for really any movie these days. A lot of movies are just becoming like longer and longer. I mean, the fact that Oppenheimer was 3 hours. So this is, I think this says multiple things. I think this says that Marvel is very concerned about how this movie might perform. They're trying to make this movie as commercial as it can possibly be, which means making it short. I think this means that they probably have a lot on the cutting room floor because there's no way this movie costs almost $300 million, which is the budget for this film, and it's only an hour and 45 minutes. I bet there's probably a whole other like 2 hours worth of footage we won't see. So I think this is kind of a bad sign. I don't know. I know I don't want to seem like I'm just thinking on the negative here, but I think this projects a lot of non-confidence from Marvel that they cut the runtime this short. I think this screams we're not confident at how this movie's going to perform. That's what I get from this. But is anyone happy about this? Okay, Mr. Pizza says the plot doesn't seem interesting. Okay. I'm very curious to see how this movie does. I know, right, Evil Connor? The creator was only cost $80 million, and it looks amazing. It looks like Dune level amazing. Like, I would say it looked as good as the first Dune movie. But it was only made for $80 million. This movie was made for almost $300 million. And even from the trailer alone, I could tell you the CGI is not as polished as the creators. So I just don't know where the money is going. I feel like Marvel really doesn't know how to use their money well. Kevin Davis says Beyonce Renaissance Tour will do better once it hits streaming service like Netflix. Yeah, I think it will do really well in streaming. I think both the concert movies will do well in streaming. Arvin says, after 3 years, they are finally releasing it, and its short sounds awful because this movie is prequel for Avengers King Dynasty, so it's important for the storyline. I mean, this movie was supposed to set up a lot and also tie up a lot. This movie was supposed to be, like, integral to the MCU's overall storyline. At least that it seems like that's where they were intending to go with this. But again, this short runtime makes me think that they don't think this movie's going to do well. Because if they really thought this movie was going to be, like, seen by a lot of people and really important, this runtime would have been a lot longer because they would have had to fit a lot more in it. So, yeah. That's why I think this is a bad side. The cover girl says, are there enough members for some new emotes? I could look into some new emotes for you guys. Rafisto says it'll be faster paced, anime inspired movie. That's why it's shorter. Will it be? I mean, I don't get that vibe from the trailer. I don't think so. But anyway, we'll see what happens with this movie. I think this could be either dead on arrival or it could be a surprise hit that no one saw coming. So either way, we'll see. I think this is really a coin toss with this film. I'm so curious to see how this does. Very curious. All right, moving on to AI news. We actually have just one bit of AI news. Kind of scary, very creepy. It's actually about Robin Williams. So his daughter, Zelda, which is cool that he named his daughter Zelda, says that AI recreations of her dad's voice are already here and they're disturbing. It's the worst bits of everything that this industry is. And she made a really long comment here that I wanted to read to you guys because it just paints a very bleak picture of where the future of all this AI stuff can go. Like, you can literally have the potential of bringing back dead actors to life using AI. And it sounds like, according to her daughter, studios are already trying to do that with Robin Williams. So, I'm just going to read what she said real quick. I am not an impartial voice in SAG's fight against AI. I've witnessed for years how many people want to train these models to create slash recreate actors who cannot consent, like Dad. This isn't theoretical. It is very, very real. I've already heard AI used to get his voice to say whatever people want, and while I find it personally disturbing, the ramifications go far beyond my own feelings. Living actors deserve a chance to create characters within their choices, to voice cartoons, to put their human effort and time into the pursuit of performance. These recreations are, at their very best, a poor facsimile of greater people, but at their worst, a horrendous Frankenstein monster cobbled together from the worst bits of everything this industry is, instead of what it should stand for. So, I thought that was a very eloquent statement from Zelda there, Robin Williams' daughter. I can only imagine how horrifying and disturbing that must be to hear AI recreations of your father's voice speaking to you. Although it sounds like I've been sort of keeping up with the AI space just because I am curious about it, although it disturbs me and scares me, but I want to stay prepared. That's why I've been like trying to keep up to date on the news of it. And it sounds like that's what the Silicon Valley people actually want to do. Like, they actually want the opportunity to, like, say you have a loved one that passes, well, you could still listen to their voice through your phone or through some device using AI. It'll just be like an AI reconstruction of their voice, and you can have, it'll be like a chatbot too. Like, you can still talk to that person just by, like, talking to their voice. And, like, that's a real thing that they're trying to work on. Have you guys ever seen the show Upload? It's actually on Amazon. They actually show an idea of what this could look like, about, like, people coming back to life using AI. And I think, again, that's another show that could wind up being surprisingly accurate in a crazy, crazy way. So it's very spooky. I think, again, the future of this industry looks very frightening and dramatically different. I think this is just one element of how everything is about to change for this industry. How do you guys feel about this? Feeling a little creeped out? I know I do feel very sad for Zelda. Joshua Munn says Tom Hanks just said there's an AI deepfake commercial of him. I did see that. And not to trust that commercial saying that it's him, but if Tom Hanks has to address it, then it's wild. I did hear that. I was going to look into it. Maybe I'll look into it for tomorrow, but Tom Hanks did say something about, like, there is apparently already a commercial using an AI deepfake of him, and they didn't get his consent. So, if that is true, and I'm sure that it is, because why would Tom Hanks lie about that? That would be, I think, the first major example of, like, a literal, like, Joan is awful situation happening, where an actor's likeness is taken and, like, they didn't get consent for it. So that's very creepy. Evil Connor says, there's a book of short stories called Some Each Story. Is something that could happen after you die, and people, AI is one of them. Yeah, it's very, 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 creepy where we're heading with this stuff. Has anyone seen what I'm talking about with Upload? There's also a Black Mirror episode about it as well. Lots of, very dystopian sci-fi stuff on this, yet we're all barreling towards it to make it happen, which is, strange. It's like these Silicon Valley people forgot that that stuff was supposed to be dystopian, meaning not good, not something to strive for. But anyway, yeah, it's gonna be a weird future. But anyway, moving on to, since we're on AI news, I did tell you guys I wanted to show you what the new AI, like, image creator can do with Bing. Hold on, I want to show you guys something really quick. I have to look it up because I didn't have this prepared because I just thought about it. But I want to show you guys this because I want to show you AI concept art. What AI can do right now with celebrity faces and how it's already getting better. So, going back to here. So, people on Twitter are creating concept art for their favorite artist using AI. And so, here's some examples. Someone wrote Taylor Swift getaway car music video, and you have Taylor Swift in a getaway car music video. Then you have Beyonce, another fake music video. Again, all of these pictures are fake. Ariana Grande, and a new album. Again, this was faked by fans. And you have like Miley Cyrus with Billy Idol, and they all look exactly like the artists, and they're getting very, very realistic. There's some Nicki Minaj ones here. You can even do, a lot of fans have been doing cover art, like trying to do concept art for new albums for their favorite fans, and they're getting super, super realistic. And you can do any kind of property, like there's no restrictions on what IP you can do either. So I just wanted to share that with you guys because this was a new update and what like image generation can do, and it's getting very realistic. So you've seen the trend on Twitter, Jay? Yeah, it's very weird. I've been seeing a lot of these images like in the past couple of days. They're getting very creepy but very good, but also they're good, which is like a bad thing. So it's also getting more scary. Yeah. I mean, you can still tell that they're AI. That's true. Um, but who knows? Oh my gosh, here's one with Nicki Minaj meeting Harriet Tubman. This is crazy, y'all. This is absolutely crazy. Look at this. What in the world? I mean, right now it's just pictures, but what happens when you can, like, make it a video? What if it's Nicki Minaj and Harriet Tubman have a rap battle? And, like, the AI spits out the video. Like, the future of entertainment, y'all, is gonna be very real and very weird. Because what is this? What in the weird? I know the hands. AI still can't really do hands. It's getting better, but yeah, the hands are very messed up. To freedom? I mean, it's just, this stuff is crazy. There's been a lot of, yeah, ones with, oh yeah, here's one with Lana Del Rey. This actually kind of looks okay. This is what fans want her album cover to be. Yeah, some very, very strange stuff. Anyway, thought I'd share it with you guys because, again, I think this technology is going to change the industry, and it's my job to report how the industry is changing. So this is a huge part of that. Would you watch the rap battle though? I mean, it could be kind of funny. Joshua Munn says there's no laws against using anyone's likeness or image. That's very true. Right now, American law is so behind all this AI stuff. They're still trying to make laws about like the internet, and we're moving on to AI now. So yeah, I don't know when they're gonna make rules about like you can't steal someone's likeness, because I feel like we need to start making those laws now. I don't know why she was making that serious face. Oh, I've seen Ariana Grande with the SpongeBob one. I've seen that, yeah. These are getting very realistic. Like, this is Katy Perry and Taylor Swift. I feel like this one is also, like, I don't know if I could even tell if that was AI if someone told me. Like, even the hand looks kind of normal. Like, if someone told you this was AI, or it didn't tell you this was AI, would you be able to tell? Like, this picture is very, very realistic. Danny says that's insane. Likeness should be under copyright. I know, it's crazy that you don't even own your face. As of right now, you legally do not own your face. Isn't that crazy? But I feel like after all this AI stuff, that law is going to have to change, because you're going to be able to steal someone's face very, very soon. This is getting crazy. I mean, you already can steal someone's face. I mean, they're doing it right now. It does look very real. Like, if someone told you this wasn't AI, could you tell? What would be the giveaway in this picture? Other than the fact that I don't think the two of them would take a picture together. Like, seriously, you couldn't tell. Yeah, it is a convincing one. Anyway, wanted to share those photos with you because they're getting kind of insane. Okay, now this is crazy. What in the world is this? Anyway, I better get out the comments because who knows what they'll do down here. But yeah. So let's go to WTF news now that I've just updated you on the horrors that await you with AI. And this is the last thing. Oh, nope. Last thing that I wanted to show you. I didn't mean to share that with you. Hold on. Alright, so WTF news. You guys have seen the sphere, right? The sphere that's in Vegas? Well, there's actually videos of what it looks like now on the inside. And look at this. Look at this. Look at how cool it looks like on the inside. You can see it's a stadium, so like you have people sitting in their seats like they're watching this concert. But look at how the screen wraps around them. Look at how real that looks. I would totally go to a concert here. And by the way, there's a rumor that Harry Styles is going to perform here, so I might actually go to the sphere just to see him. But I would definitely go here to be in this sphere to see this. Look at this. This is very cool. And also, this is another one. Look at this. Look at how high this screen goes. All the way up to the ceiling. Look at this. You're basically surrounded by this screen, and you got this small stage at the bottom. Like, I would totally go to a concert here. I think this sphere thing is really cool. I don't know. I'm all for this. Look, you can even look. It looks like the ceiling is coming down on you, so you can even do optical illusions. I think this looks really, really fun. Because look, it looks like the ceiling is getting lower. Would anyone go to do this or go see a concert here? It is like the perfect venue for a concert. I would see almost anyone here. Brianna says this protection literally does exist. You can sue for your face. You can, but there's not enough copyright law around like the AI use of it yet. There's still a lot of loopholes with it. Angel Barrera says there better be normal concerts in there. All right. There's no concerts. I mean, no odd concerts. You got to make sure everyone knows that this is not an odd concert. It's very normal. Oh yeah, maybe you would get motion sick. I don't know. Okay, Jay would go. Impressive, but not for you. I do feel like it would be a sensory overload. Definitely a sensory overload type of thing. Like, not something that's for everyone, but I would do it. There is no member question today, Fod Fareed. I wanted to do a member question, but then I realized literally for everything that we talked about today, I've already asked a member question about. Like, we've already talked about the Barney movie, the concert films, the basically everything else. So I felt like I had nothing new to ask my members today. So that's why there was no member question. But there will be a member question tomorrow. Oh, I knew you were joking, Blue Gecko Nerd. I knew that couldn't be true. But anyway, that's the last thing I had for today. Thank you everyone for joining my show. I did appreciate everyone who joined me today. I always appreciate everyone who joins me each and every day. Again, I am changing the show time tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And more than just changing the time, I told you guys I was going to do a Brittany Rants session since you guys asked for it. So tomorrow I am doing a Brittany Rants for Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania. So you guys want to see my thoughts on what Quantumania was like, why I thought that movie was really, really bad, why I think it's one of Marvel's worst films? Tune in tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and you will see me rant and tell you why I think that movie is as bad as it is. So yeah, if you want to see my thoughts, just tune in tomorrow at 4. I'm really looking forward to that. It's going to be fun. I'm not even going to be shady, Evil Connor. I'm not throwing any shade. I'm just going to be very blunt, like, about everything. I'm glad you guys are excited. Alright, so since we're already kind of over time, I'll take about 2 more questions, and that'll be the end of the stream tomorrow. I mean, that'll be the end of the stream today. And then tomorrow we'll talk about Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. Again at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Oh, you've never seen it, Natanya? Honestly, that's probably for the best. Oh, you haven't seen it either, Ryu? Dang. Oh, I'm sorry, Fod Fareed. Well, looks like everyone's very excited for the Rants show tomorrow. So I'll see you guys then at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Bye.